Domestication is an evolutionary rather than a political development. They were more likely to survive and prosper in an alliance with humans there on their own. Humans provide the animals with food and protection, in exchange for which the animals provide the humans their milk and their eggs, their flesh.
Okay, so that was a read aloud text read by one of our learners, but my topic of discussion today is not read aloud. As we have seen the heading of this video, this is about the right rate of fluency for PTE speaking. That's what I'm going to talk. And as you have heard the learner read this passage, you might have understood that there were some problems in the reading fluency as well as in some pronunciation. So I'm going to talk about the rate of fluency first. Basically, that is my center discussion. And today, after watching this video, you will experience a new way of understanding the right fluency of PTE speaking. Never taught before this way, and that's what I'm going to show. So what is the right rate of fluency? That is a big question for many PTE candidates, because we sometimes tend to be too fast or too slow or moderate, or sometimes we read broken. But you have to, once you understand the right rate of fluency that you should maintain, then even you can get 90 out of 90 in PTE speaking. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to show you this technical stuff through some demonstrations. But before that, let me talk about few points regarding the fluency in speaking for PTE. For example, point number 1, when you become fluent, it doesn't mean you have to be too fast. You can be fast, but it doesn't mean that you have to always speak fast. But the other thing is that you cannot be slow either. That's very important. The other point is that you have to be very careful about the vowel sounds. Vowel sounds, I mean a, e, a, these kind of sounds that start a word. And while you are reading a passage, you should not give extra stress on those sounds. Like on some of the words, the candidate that read the passage sometimes before, he gave some pressure, and the sound for those vowel letters and vowel words sounded a bit broken. I'm going to demonstrate through a whiteboard, but before that, let me show you the right rate of fluency through a prop. What I'm going to tell you is that you can remember the car trick for your fluency, the right rate of fluency. Yes, this is surprising or probably sounding strange to you that I'm mentioning a car with the rate of fluency. What I do is basically I will explain the rate of fluency with the speed of a car, but I'm not going to show you a car, a real car. Basically it's a prop, and then I'm going to show you something that is going to give you a very good idea about the way you should be speaking, not only for read aloud but also for describe, image and retell lecture. And this, after watching this video today, your fluency problem will be over. That means you are going to get excellent score in PTE speaking. So get ready. I'm going to now take you to the place where I'm going to show you the right rate of fluency. Okay, let's start then. Domestication is a revolutionary rather than a political development. They were more likely to survive and prosper in an alliance with humans than on their own. Humans provided the animals with food and protection, in exchange for which the animals provided the humans their milk and eggs and their flesh. Domestication is an evolutionary rather than a political development. They were more likely to survive and prosper in an alliance with humans on their own. As you've seen the car movement scenes, like in one movement the car was going very smooth, as I was reading very smooth in the background. So that should be the fluency rate, like smooth like a car when it is moving at the same pace. There is no barrier on the way. But in the second scene, you have heard me read again, but that time I was faltering, hesitating or sometimes repeating, and the car was also bumping on the road. So the bumpy reading or bumpy speaking is not a good idea. That will cost you a lot of marks. So always think about the car moving smooth. That means you have to maintain a smooth pace, same pace, and keep going at the same rate. That is what I mean with the help of the car. So let me again explain this stuff here on the board. As you can see, the car is here. I have written some different speed limits. Let's say 100 is the total speed limit and 50 miles per hour is the natural speed. So you can basically maintain 2-3 types of speed, but you cannot mix up different types of speed. You have to go with one speed. But anything below the natural pace will be considered slow fluency. So that is prohibited. Never be slow, never read slow. Or you cannot mix up paces, like say you are going natural, suddenly you are faster, suddenly you are going very fast, and again you are going back to natural pace. So you are not reading at the same pace, again you are losing marks. So what to do? Maintain one pace, either natural speed or faster than natural or fast enough, that will be also fine. So for most candidates, this one like faster than natural is the safest pace because they are not able to maintain a natural pace. Let me give you a demonstration of these three different types of paces, although remember these are symbolic. I am not talking about basically to maintain car speeds, these are to understand the rate of speed of your fluency. Let us talk about the natural pace. Let us say we are maintaining 50 miles per hour, which is natural. Let me read a passage. Domestication is an evolutionary rather than a political development. They were more likely to survive and prosper in an alliance with humans than on their own. So that is natural. Again, without hesitation, it was not too fast, but it was fluent, natural, without hesitation. Okay, let me read slightly faster than natural. That will be also fine, but this time it has to be that pace. Domestication is an evolutionary rather than a political development. They were more likely to survive and prosper in an alliance with humans than on their own. So it's slightly faster than natural, that's also acceptable, but again one pace. Then if you even hesitate with faster than natural, you break words or you get stuck. So the only way to get out of this is to read fast enough. It doesn't have to be blisteringly fast, don't worry about that, don't do that, but fast enough. And in that case, even if you are mispronouncing one or two words or say missing one or two words, still you must maintain the same pace at any cost without stopping. But yes, if you are mispronouncing a lot of words, missing a lot of words, that will cost you to some extent in the content and pronunciation. So in that case, you cannot expect to get 90 or 80, but still if you maintain an excellent fast pace without hesitation, it's good enough for 65 or 73. So let me read that way. Domestication is an evolutionary rather than a political development. They were more likely to survive and prosper in an alliance with humans on their own. Humans provided the animals with food and protection, in exchange for which the animals provided the humans their milk and eggs and their flesh. So that is fast enough, as I said, that can be maintained as well, but for those who hesitate with natural or faster than natural pace. I hope you got the idea of the right fluency rate. That is the main problem with many PT candidates in this continent. I am giving a natural pace or faster than natural pace, but it's going to be one specific pace for describe image. So you just follow the fluency rate. This is an image that provides detailed information about the people speaking Spanish in different countries around the world. What I see here is that Mexico has got the highest number of people speaking Spanish. Another detail that is also quite important here is that there are some other countries, for example, the United States and Venezuela, who have got more or less the similar number of people who speak Spanish. In addition, it can also be said that Chile has got the lowest number who speak Spanish, and that is way below 20 million. And there are some other countries mentioned here in this image that are also worth mentioning because they also have some people speaking Spanish. So you see, that is the flow you should be following. Another tip here is that if you hesitate, you can use phrases like interesting for me, this is interesting to see in this image. Additionally, the image provides other information that, so just keep talking, increase your speech with phrases, that is fine. Just keep talking at the same pace. So that is what you have to maintain for speaking fluency in PTE. Now let me give you the last tip. Final thing, many people hesitate in vowel sounds, as I was saying at the start of this lesson. Like they read fluently, but they break the vowel sounds, like they pressurize on the vowel sounds, which should not be the case. Let me explain what I mean. So you see, I, a, o. These are the vowel sounds, but when they come together, you cannot give the pressure E, A, O with every word. You have to go connect. For example, there is, so ra sound is connected with e. You cannot say there is, you should say there is, there is, there is a, there is a, there is a, no. There is an apple, an apple. So basically these two become one word, an apple. You cannot say an apple. Then an apple on the table. So technically la and o become another word, lawn, lawn the table. So you have to connect the vowel sounds with the next word without giving the pressure. Again, let me read. There is an apple on the table. There is an apple on the table. That is the right flow. If you read like there is an apple on the table, bad fluency. So sometimes some people don't understand why they are getting low in speaking as they are reading fast enough or fluent enough or speaking fluent enough. So this might be the cause. Pressurizing on each vowel sound, every time you lose your fluency. The computer doesn't like it, so you have to be very careful. So when you practice, don't separate the vowel sounds, mix them up with the preceding and the words coming after. Again, finally, let me again read. There is an apple on the table, right? Okay, so that's the end of my lesson on this topic, the right fluency rate for PTE speaking. So I'm going to definitely come with another interesting topic on PTE soon. And remember, I've come back after a long time. So, but from now on, I'll be very, very active. And at least you are going to receive one lesson, 1 or 2 lessons every week on English, like PTE, IELTS and other English lessons. So I'll see you some other days. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. This is right where you are. CILL BD is the channel. Click the subscribe button and click the bell button to get notification when I upload the videos. And you can also like my Facebook page, that is also CILL BD, CILL BD. And my website is www.cillbd.com. Bye-bye.